Today we're diving into one of the greatest debates in the boating world. Two-stroke versus four-stroke. Which engine truly reigns supreme for your trusty vessel? There's plenty of talk around performance, longevity, fuel consumption, and straight-up reliability. In the next few minutes, I'll break down the defining features, the highs, the lows, and a few lesser-known quirks you'll want to keep in mind. Let's segue right in. So you're probably asking, what sets a two-stroke apart from a four-stroke, really? At the simplest level, it's all in the way each engine completes its power cycle. A two-stroke engine fires once every revolution of the crankshaft, which translates to fewer moving parts and a more direct power delivery. A four-stroke, on the other hand, requires 2 revolutions for each power stroke. Intake, compression, power, and exhaust happen in a more drawn-out cycle. The reason this matters is because it drastically impacts how the engine behaves in real-world boating situations. If you've ever ridden an older two-stroke dirt bike, you know the feeling. It's zippy, raw, and occasionally downright mischievous. A four-stroke, while often heavier, tends to deliver smoother, more consistent power, something that can be a real plus when you're cruising out on the water for a calm fishing trip. Now, I won't go too deep into the mechanical nuts and bolts, because there's another video in the works that'll specifically cover the exact process behind these power strokes, porting, and whatnot. But the gist is that two-strokes are simpler, can be easier to fix in the field, and often have fewer components that can break down. Meanwhile, four-strokes with their separate lubrication system and multiple moving valves can offer greater long-term reliability, but come with a heftier price tag initially. This difference has set the stage for a debate that's more heated than whether pineapple belongs on pizza. Both sides have staunch supporters. In the boating world, some folks swear by the older, well-maintained two-strokes, especially those nostalgic for classic brands like Evinrude or Johnson. Others prefer the modern efficiency of four-strokes from Mercury, Yamaha, or Honda, claiming better fuel economy and fewer smoke clouds around the marina. And that's what keeps this conversation going. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, but understanding these basic differences is step 1 in deciding which might be the best for your boat. Let's dive into the good, the bad, and the occasionally maddening side of two-stroke engines. One of the biggest pros is their simplicity. Anyone who spent an afternoon tinkering with carburetors, spark plugs, and basic engine components can attest to the straightforward nature of an older two-stroke. Because the engine fires every revolution, you get a snappy response, and quite often a higher power-to-weight ratio, which can be a dream if you're looking for speed on a smaller vessel. Another advantage is easier maintenance in certain scenarios, because there aren't valves to adjust or extensive top-end components to service the way you'd see in a four-stroke. Some old-school boaters love two-strokes for precisely this reason. If something goes wrong out on the lake, they feel confident they can limp back to shore or fix it right there. Maybe with a few tools and a little bit of creativity. Plus, there's just something about the sound of a two-stroke that many find exciting. It's like the engine is constantly reminding you, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. On the flip side, many two-strokes can be incredibly smoky, especially if they're not modern direct injection designs. Fuel economy isn't typically their strong suit, and if you're looking to troll at lower RPM for hours on end, you might find yourself burning a bit more fuel than you'd prefer. Emissions regulations have also cracked down on older two-strokes, meaning new models can be hard to come by in some areas, or no longer available at all. Additionally, that lively power band can be a bit of a handful for those who want a calm, lazy day out on the water, without any sudden engine surges. That leads us to one of the biggest cons. They're loud, they can be smelly, and the environmental concerns are not insignificant. Mix oil into the gas and you're bound to have at least some unburnt residue puffing out of the exhaust. Despite these negatives, many enthusiasts still adore the adrenaline rush, the less complicated mechanics, and in certain older models, the downright charm they exude. Now let's talk about the modern crowd pleaser, the four-stroke. These are the engines that get people nodding in approval at the dock. especially when they hear about improved fuel efficiency. One of the biggest advantages is smoother operation. Because the engine cycle is split into 4 distinct strokes, you don't get that borderline erratic firing pattern. Instead, you have a well-paced rhythm that helps reduce vibrations and noise. A key benefit of 4 strokes is better fuel economy in many cases, thanks to more efficient combustion. The separate lubrication system, rather than mixing oil and fuel, tends to produce fewer emissions, meaning they're more environmentally friendly and less likely to annoy your neighbors when you start up at dawn. With stricter regulations from the EPA and other agencies, manufacturers have poured a lot of research and development into making these engines meet and exceed emission standards. Over the years, this has positioned 4 strokes as the default new motor choice for many boat owners who want a clean, reliable experience without fussing over mixing oil. However, it's not all sunshine and spark plugs. For starters, the complexity level is higher, so you might have a more daunting maintenance schedule. Valve adjustments, oil changes, and additional components can add up in cost. Weight is another factor. A 4-stroke generally weighs more than a 2-stroke of the same horsepower, and that extra heft can reduce your top speed or your boat's overall agility, especially if you have a smaller craft that's sensitive to weight changes. There's also the initial cost. Many 4-strokes, particularly from the big brands like Yamaha, Mercury, or Honda, are priced at a premium compared to their 2-stroke counterparts. The payoff is usually a quieter ride, better longevity, and potentially higher resale value, but be ready to spend more up front. Some folks might argue that you're paying for fewer headaches in the long run, while others might say that 2-strokes have always been cheaper to acquire and maintain. Whichever side you land on, it's a real consideration if you're budgeting. A classic in the low horsepower category, many boaters have fond memories and high regard for Yamaha's 2-stroke outboards from the 1990s. For example, the Yamaha F9.9 2-stroke outboard, often simply referred to as the F9.9, is praised for its simple mechanical design, quick throttle response, and ease of repair in the field. Though no longer in production in the US, it remains a benchmark for enthusiasts. In the same low horsepower range, certain models that were hastily designed to meet new emission standards earned a poor reputation. An often cited example is an older generation Evinrude, commonly referenced by users as the Evinrude FICH T15 horsepower 2-stroke. These models from the late 1990s to early 2000s gained notoriety for reliability issues, such as clogged injectors or erratic performance when compared with their more robust competitors. For larger vessels and higher power needs, the Mercury Optimax 150 HP has been hailed as a breakthrough. This model uses direct injection technology to combine the inherent simplicity of a 2-stroke design with improved fuel efficiency and reduced smoke. It earned strong reviews for its performance and accelerated power delivery. Conversely, some high-powered direct injection 2-stroke engines, like a 150 HP variant often generically referred to within boating circles as the Evinrude FICH T150 HP, were plagued by initial teething issues. Early adopters reported problems with reliability and the complexities involved in their maintenance. These issues contributed to a more mixed reputation compared to its Mercury counterpart. In the low horsepower 4-stroke category, the Honda BF 2.3 has earned a reputation for its exceptionally quiet operation, fuel efficiency, and rock-solid reliability. This model is common among anglers and boaters who need a lightweight engine for small craft, making it a popular choice in today's market. While many low horsepower 4-strokes perform well, some early generation models from even reputable names garnered criticism. For instance, early versions of the Mercury 9.9 HP 4-stroke outboard were noted by some users for being heavier than their 2-stroke counterparts and occasionally suffering from carburation issues if the fuel was left untreated. Modern iterations have since overcome these issues, but these early models are still discussed in retrospective reviews. For high horsepower demands in the 4-stroke world, the Yamaha F150 4-stroke outboard stands out. Widely used by offshore anglers and sports boaters alike, the F150 is celebrated for its powerful yet smooth operation, advanced fuel injection system, and its reputation for lasting durability even under rigorous use. On the flip side, some early versions of high horsepower 4-strokes were criticized for their complexity. In particular, the early generation of the Mercury Verado 300 4-stroke outboard faced criticism for an intricate supercharger system and increased weight that sometimes led to a perception of being less agile compared to competing models. Later designs have addressed many of these concerns, but these early models are frequently discussed in boating forums as problematic. Many of you might recall a time when you could walk into a dealership and find an array of brand new two-strokes in all shapes and sizes. That era has largely passed, especially in the United States, due to stricter environmental regulations and emission standards. The core issue is that a traditional two-stroke dumps oil into the cylinder along with fuel, creating a smoky exhaust that contains higher levels of pollutants. Even with direct injection systems like Evinrude's E-Tech technology, which was designed to meet compliance standards, you can't deny that older, carbureted two-strokes are borderline dinosaurs compared to the cleaner-burning four-strokes of today. This shift is part of the reason so many folks see two-strokes as that engine my granddad loved, rather than a viable option for a brand new boat. Large manufacturers have poured R&D money into four-strokes, focusing on everything from variable valve timing to advanced fuel injection, resulting in motors that run cleaner, quieter, and more efficiently than ever. Meanwhile, the two-stroke segment has shrunk drastically, either left to niche markets or overshadowed by the march of progress. That said, some people believe the elimination of new two-strokes is somewhat political. They argue that environmental agencies have made it too cumbersome for manufacturers to bring new designs to market, and that's overshadowed the potential for better direct injected two-strokes. Others say that's simply the cost of protecting the water and air we value so much. So it's not just about technology, it's also about policy, economics, and a general shift toward more eco-friendly solutions. These days, many top pros and serious recreational boaters have embraced four-strokes for the reasons we've covered: reliability, fuel efficiency, and compliance with regulations. In some lakes, the rules are so strict that older two-strokes are outright banned. If you're an avid boater, you have to weigh whether you want to deal with potential restrictions and fewer service options, or move on to the new wave of four-strokes. It's one of those reality checks, like learning your favorite 80s car can't pass modern emissions without major overhauls. When all is said and done, which is best, two-stroke or four-stroke? The answer still depends on your priorities. Some folks crave the old-school, high-revving punch of a two-stroke, while others love the cleaner, fuel-friendly approach of a modern four-stroke. Scroll through YouTube comments, browse Reddit threads, and you'll see both camps battle it out. I hope you found this breakdown informative and entertaining. If you enjoyed the deep dive, don't forget to subscribe, tap that notification bell, and join our growing community of boaters. It's your channel for all things on the water. See you next time.